Talk about acting. I'm always surprised that no one ever asks me to audition.
And when the world needed her the most, she returned. The mother monster is back like she never left. Who releases a single in the middle of the Grammy and 20 minutes later wins the Grammy for Best Pop Duo? No one can do a better dark pop and visuals than Lady Gaga. The iconic queen just shocked the world with this banger, and her fans just can't get enough of it. Ensure you stay tuned to find out more about the Abracadabra singer.
Die with a smile, Lady Gaga.
I have radically accepted that I will put my shame in a box all the way over there and make it very small. And say to myself, I have mental health issues. I take a lot of medication to stay on board. And I'm a survivor. And I'm living and I'm thriving and I'm strong. And I'm going to take all my life experiences and I'm going to share them with the world and make it a better place.
Wow. I guess what I'm saying is I've been in situations where fixing a rumor was not in the best interest of, I thought of like the well-being of other people. So in that case, I tried to be thought-provoking and disruptive in another way. I tried to use the misinformation to create another disruptive point. People, I think, assume that someone like me that performs, that my performance is what's not real, but to me, that's the most real thing that you'll see about me. That is so much more real than all of the rumors that are designed to orbit me to gain more clicks.
Lady Gaga has always been known for her freakiness in music videos. She is not following trends, she is the trend. With Abracadabra, she brings back the magic of her early days, both in music and fashion. Picking just one of her best looks is nearly impossible.
Tried to put me in a box. What is she? You know, it's dance music. Well, no, but now it's, you know, country, or, you know, now she sings jazz, or now she wants to be an actress, or, you know, just all this, you know, and then art pop. Oh no, now she's making EDM, or, you know, it was always like something. And I'm a woman in music. I'm proudly a woman in music. And, you know, I'll make what I want, because like women deserve the right to like be free in their creations. And you know, sometimes I ask myself, like, what would you say to another artist if they were to like play you something and be like, what do you think? I'd probably say, what do you think? Like, truly, what is it that you feel? Like, what do you hear? What do you have to say? Because that's at the heart of creation, is the artist's relationship with the work. So I genre hop and I do all that, but it's because like I love music, and I don't want to go out in this life and not say that I like tried everything, because there's so much music to do.
Do y'all remember that movie, How Great a Star is Born?
Yeah, Eric Roth is writing it also.
Oh, okay.
It's fantastic, and Will Fetters too. And Lady Gaga is the female character, and she's unbelievable.
I bet.
Oh my God, she's unbelievable.
I bet.
She really is incredible.
Who are the real rivals for you? And don't pretend you don't have them, because everyone needs rivals. Who are the names you look for to compare yourself to in terms of success?
Well, to be honest with you, in the past, I've always looked at my last performances and my last chart positions and tried to figure out how I can better myself. I don't feel like I really have any, I don't want to say rivals. There are people that I respect. There are people that I admire. Like, I love.
Well, I would say my first absolute inspiration in terms of the cinematic world and watching a movie where there was music that made me fall in love with it was The Wizard of Oz. Wow. And also the musical Guys and Dolls with Frank Sinatra. I just completely fell in love with, you know, music on the screen. And, you know, there's nothing, to me, what I believe about singing in a film is that what you have to say is so deep and so powerful that it can't be said with just words. You have to break into song. So I always found that very fascinating. But I will say that what's always drawn me to music, and I go back to him always, you know, in my life, is Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. You know, I grew up on the East Coast. My dad played his music all the time, and he's so real and he's so vulnerable and available, and he talks about his life in between his songs while he's playing, and you know.
You told me before you're friends with Lady Gaga's mom. But you and Gaga have been going head to head. I know.
Is it tough?
I don't find it tough. I just find it joyous. I'm really happy for her that in her first role in a major movie, which is incredible, that she's here in all these gatherings. And because I think she was a prodigy. I think she's one of the most gifted artists that we have in this country. So I'm happy, whatever happens.
So if it's another tie, you're good with that?
I'm good with that. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Who could forget her iconic 2009 VMAs performance in that sparkling lace bodysuit drenched in faux blood? Or the horn prosthetics she wore the next year, causing a stir in religious circles?
Well, I really love my fans. I really love my fans. And one of the most exciting moments has been just this past week. I played at the O2 Arena, and it was sold out with the most beautiful, amazing costumes and dancing and sweating and singing, and I just love my fans so much.
But that's what the incredible thing is, because I've only seen photographs of this. I'm going to go and see you because you're coming back here in May, I think, for some more dates. But you see people go to the Lady Gaga concerts dressed not really like you.
Have the fantasy of the music and their life really inspire me, and I guess I've always lived, since I've been in New York writing music, this very sort of art-centric, glamorous life, and it's important to me to always be that for my fans. And the idea of showbiz, you know, Michael Jackson, showbiz, and the sentiments of music and performance. Today with the media and the way that it is, you see absolutely legendary people.
Hello, Lady Gaga.
Come on in.
How are you, beautiful?
Thank you. So nice to see you. You look so beautiful.
Oh, you look absolutely ravishing.
Thank you.
You are, of course, a 14-time Grammy Award winner. I imagine this never gets old to you, being here and celebrating the community, but especially on a night like tonight, in a moment in time that we're having, especially with the wildfires. You, of course, have a home in Malibu. What does it mean to you to be here tonight?
You know, I just love the world and love people so much, and it's an absolute privilege to be a songwriter and a singer and to be able to sing for people during this time and just send as much love as I can into the world. I feel so heavy in my heart for people that lost everything, for people that didn't make it through. So I'm just thinking of everyone tonight, and Bruno and I have something special planned, so I'm excited to be here and so like happy to be just feeling blessed.
Well, can you give us a little sneak peek on what you've got with Bruno? Give us a little sneak peek on what you and Bruno have.
Yes,
you can. Like, we're not live or anything.
I can't. No, I want it to be a surprise, but we have something special planned, and we love you so much at home. We're thinking about you, and I'm just happy to be here.
I know you can tease about the upcoming album, though. Mayhem. Oh, my goodness. I know you have poured your blood, your sweat, your tears into this album, as you do with any project, but how excited are you for this one to finally get into the fans' hands?
I'm so excited. My record comes out on March 7th. I love my fans so much. Little Monsters, I love you. I worked really hard on this record. I spent a lot of time in the studio, like honing in all the sounds, writing song after song, and just making something that I feel truly proud of, and get ready to dance.
We need to dance. We are so ready to dance.
Gaga, thank you so much. So good to see you. Oh, mwah.
Have so much fun.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.
I went for the handshake and she gave the hug.
I love the moment of you and Lady Gaga and SZA backstage, and you and Lady Gaga just showing admiration to each other, and SZA being right there as well. What a moment. What did you feel being able to talk to Gaga and her really just loving your work?
It's so incredible because I saw her performance with Tony Bennett at Radio City Music Hall, the final performance of Mr. Tony Bennett.
Wow, the final one.
Final one. He's walking off stage, everybody in the place is crying, and she's ushering him off in this beautiful way, just kind of respecting the elder that he is and the way that he's changed the game, and how she's kind of taken the torch from him in a special sort of ceremonial way. And they invited me to that concert, So when I went to see her, I just wanted to tell her how much that moved me to see somebody at her level and then somebody at his level, but an elder that maybe the two generations would never have come together,
right,
unless they decided to do this kind of concert and album. And I wanted to tell her just how much I admired her and how she's, you know, evolved over the years and to be at the point that she is today, and to show all the range of the fact that a person can be great at more than one thing. And you know, I did eventually get to tell her that, but then before I told her that, she just was telling me all of these things about how much she admired me and how much, you know, it was just a true love fest. And it really was, you know, a beautiful thing, because I'd always felt that concert is the type of stuff that needs to happen more. We need to go to our elders. We need to bring them in. We need to have multi-generational moments like the griots, passing on stories and lessons. That needs to happen more in the culture.
When she was a kid, you always knew she was unique. When did it go from unique to Houston, we have a problem at your house?
Well, yeah. Well, first, you know, we all have mental health, but I believe that we, as both individuals and society, we don't treat it the same way that we treat physical health.
Yes.
So certainly when it happened in our house, I didn't know what to look for. As a parent, I wasn't prepared to really address this. Stephanie was very unique, and that wasn't always appreciated by her peers, and as a result, she went through a lot of difficult times, humiliated, taunted, isolated. When you're a young woman, this really severely impacts you. And it was in middle school when I saw that turn happen. You know, when she went from a very happy and aspirational young girl to somebody that started to question her self-worth, to have doubts about herself, and that is when we actually saw the turn. What I didn't realize, because I wasn't prepared, is how to really deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, when I was growing up, times were different. The way that we would deal with things is what I learned, and that's what I resorted to. You know, I relied on...
Get a grip?
I relied on getting a grip. I relied on the generational grit of just sucking it up and getting on with it.
But even if you do learn to listen, sometimes it's still very hard, and I've been in this situation, to know what to do.
It's very hard to know what to do. And then the impact on families, what I didn't realize is the profound impact that it can have. It basically turns the focus of everything onto that one individual. And families feel conflicted about it. They don't really understand it. It causes conflict and a lot of stress within the families. It can also cause feelings, for me personally, feelings of guilt, of helplessness, not knowing how to help my daughter. So what I really learned is that no family is immune from this, and we should all really learn, you know, where we would go and who we would turn to if something like this happened in our families.
Now that you've been through it, you've come out the other side, what advice or recommendation do you have to other people who right now may have a family member going through this very thing?
Well, one of the most difficult things for me as a parent was understanding what was normal and what was not normal. When you look at young children in particular. You know, what is normal adolescent development and then a real issue? And that for me was not knowing how to distinguish between certain both emotional and behavioral changes. You know, your emotions, there's very noticeable changes that happen. Feelings of sadness, feelings of feeling selfless and worthless. In terms of behavior, you might be more angry, crying, turning to substance abuse.
What do you recommend?
What's the most important thing a parent can do?
Well, the most important thing that they can do is really listen and understand. What I learned from my daughter is to listen.
Lady Gaga is the true queen of reinvention, and with every album release, she continues to surprise us with a brand new look.
We cannot even fathom that they've just lost everything, and so I just want to send love and positivity and healing into the world as much as I can.
You debuted a new song, but someone who heard the entire album said it is insane and it's something special.
Thank you. So many songs I produced and reproduced over and over again, and I made something that I really am proud to give to my fans, and I'm grateful.
Also, it seems like you're in a happy place. And what does that mean for your music and just life?
It means everything to me. You know, I I fell in love with my best friend, and that's like the best feeling in the world. The kind of support and love that I have now is just different. And you know, I in a lot of ways, I kind of grew up in the public eye, and I'm just growing up in a new way now, and I'm changing, and I'm happy to be here, and I feel just really, really grateful. I know I said that like 50 times, but it's true. It's real and true.
I get it. You also winning with Bruno. How important was that? Because there is something special about the two of you together.
Thank you. You know, Bruno is wonderful, and we love writing together. We love working together, singing together. This was a big deal for both of us, and I'm completely honored to be by his side. And this song, you know, is about what makes the world go round, which is love and hope and where you want to be if it all gets too crazy. And I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to be here with him. And also, you know, he is so giving to a female artist and musician as a man, and I really respect that about him, that he, you know, deals with me as his equal, and it's a great experience.
I think it is a perfect collaboration. Congratulations tonight, but also thank you for that beautiful moment. It really was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
On a happier note, I hope you had a wonderful Father's Day. Anything special from your daughters?
I did. I got my daughter Stephanie, you know, AKA Lady Gaga. She sent me a box of Oreos, right? And my other daughter Natalie, she's uptown. She's in New York City. She's taking me for a long bike ride, and it was a great day. It was a great day. And
almost 20 years after first stepping out in her signature Mugler heels, Lady Gaga showed a softer side at the Grammys last Sunday. More refined and mature, her look wasn't just a nod to the old Gaga. It was a reflection of how much she has evolved. She's not the same as she was back then, but like all of us, a piece of her younger self still lingers.
It's about like figuring out how I'm going to hone in the sound from song to song to make the album feel holistic, and it's about like choosing the analog synths. It's about figuring out what guitars we're going to use. It's about figuring out what the tone is of the piano on the record. But always at the end of producing an album, I kind of revisit every single song.
Half a year with a vocal coach every day for half a year to do that.
She's the real deal. She can do anything. You know, she said that if she pulls it off, it's going to change the focus of her career, and she pulled it off.
Gaga's getting the attention she deserves for her performance, but prior to taking the stage, she was as humble as it gets.
I'm just very excited to be here, and I really put my heart into this performance. It's a tribute performance for a remarkable film that changed the history of cinema forever, and I'm just very honored to be doing it, and I thank the producers, Craig and Neil, very much for the opportunity.
Hard to believe, but there was a time when Lady Gaga almost walked away from music. She opened up about this surprising moment on an episode of Hot Ones. Gaga also shared a hilarious story with Evans. Back in the day, she used to call venue booking reps while pretending to be her own manager. I'd be like, "She is so hot right now," she laughed, proving that even global superstars had to hustle their way to the top.
Every place we went, like when we were little, like every place there were an album of Lady Gaga.
Really?
Yeah, the Fame Monster.
The Lutz version?
Yeah.
In our grandma's house, dad's house, and mom's
Yeah.
house.
So
Yeah.
we're so addicted, like really, we are so fan.
And we know all the reference she put in this music video because there is the Alejandro music videos.
Yeah.
The first shot is the
Like-
expo of the
Yeah.
first shot.
There
and
is-
also when the thing blew up, you know, when she
The
entered
smoke,
the
yeah.
smoke. This is from
I mentioned when Disease came out that I sometimes get seduced by my inner chaos. How do I manage all of that? You know, sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes it gets me like it gets everybody else. I don't think this album would be super honest
if my inner chaos was not real. Hey, I'm Lady Gaga, and this is The Breakdown. At Shangri-La, and like I would joke that like Rick Rubin produced the album because he wasn't there, but like his spirit is there. I come to Woodshed, I go to Dragonfly. I've sort of nested in these studios, but I also go to Henson sometimes. Some of LG7 was made in Henson, The Village. I know that every artist is totally different, but I kind of find a way to make it my home. Through the songwriting and the producing process, you like grow roots and you start to make it your space. Shangri-La is super amazing though because it's so close to my home. When I make music, I am writing all the time. So it's great when I wake up in the morning and something pops into my head, or if I'm cooking and I hear a melody and I stop at the piano and then I can just like go over to Shangri-La. It's just, it feels like an extension of my home. Michael built a home studio for Valentine's Day. He said, I have a surprise for you, and he turned his office into a music studio. I mean, it's kind of romantic. I write a lot of songs when I'm making a record, and they don't all make it on the album. Some songs make it through, you know, the full songwriting process, some of them don't. Sometimes the production takes form after a song has been written. Sometimes the production comes first and it's the inspiration for a song. So I would say for Disease, the energy of the song felt like where I wanted to begin the album. It's like diving headfirst into a cold, ice cold pool of water.
We can never get enough of Lady Gaga, and that's a fact. We've covered the Mother Monster's outstanding career and her mental health battles. Lady Gaga's story is all about strength, hard work, and not allowing the world to define her. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Don't go anywhere yet, and the story's not over.